Foldables might not be for everyone, but if you're watching this video, chances are that they've piqued your curiosity. In this review, we have 3 major contenders in the foldable market, each with slightly different approaches: the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6, the Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold, and the Honor Magic V3. If you want to discover which one of these competitors won't fold under pressure, stay tuned. Hey, I'm Olive, your host here at Versus.com, and without further ado, let's dive in. We'll begin with the displays because we believe they are the most crucial factor when considering a foldable phone. Starting with the exterior displays, both the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6 and the Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold feature 6.3-inch screens, while the Honor offers a slightly larger display at 6.4 inches. All 3 phones have different aspect ratios on their outer displays, with Samsung being the slimmest at 22.9:1, while both the Pixel and the Honor come in at 20:9. The Samsung and Google devices are both protected by Corning Gorilla Glass Victus 2, while the Honor uses Nano Crystal Glass 2.0. Samsung sports an AMOLED display, whereas Google and Honor feature OLED screens. The peak brightness on the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6 can reach 2600 nits, the Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold goes up to 2700 nits, and Honor claims an impressive 5000 nits on the Magic V3. On the inside, Samsung has a 7.6-inch display, Google an 8-inch, and the Honor a 7.9-inch display. The aspect ratios are nearly identical, being 4:3, 9.78:9, and 1:1 respectively. Both Samsung and Honor use LTPO AMOLED displays, while Google opted for an LTPO OLED panel. Regarding peak screen brightness, the Galaxy Z Fold 6 hits 2600 nits, the Pixel 9 Pro Fold reaches 2700 nits, and the Magic V3 lags slightly behind at 1800 nits. All 3 devices have a 120Hz screen inside and outside. Feel free to pause the video now if you'd like to take a look at the screen specs on the table right here. When using these devices, we noticed that the exterior displays on Google and Honor feel more like traditional form factors, while content on Samsung's screen can appear somewhat stretched. Nonetheless, all 3 outer displays are perfectly usable for day-to-day tasks. Of course, the inner displays are the real stars here, with all 3 phones excelling in content consumption, whether for watching videos or reading books. Multitasking is another key advantage for foldables. However, Google and Honor are limited to running 2 apps in split-screen mode, while Samsung can run up to 3. We must mention that the crease on the Honor Magic V3 is smoother compared to Samsung and Pixels, but the crease becomes nearly invisible on any of these devices once you start consuming content. Design-wise, Samsung goes for a more angular and sharp form, while the Pixel and Honor feature more rounded and fluid designs. The Galaxy Z Fold 6 and the Pixel 9 Pro Fold both have matte Gorilla Glass Victus 2 backs, whereas the Magic V3 has an aerospace fiber back, which, according to Honor, makes it highly impact resistant. All 3 phones have matte aluminum frames. In terms of portability, the Honor truly shines with its ultra-slim design at just 9.3mm when folded. That's super impressive. The Pixel measures 10.5mm thick, while the Samsung is the bulkiest at 12.1mm, making it the most cumbersome in your pocket. The build quality of the Galaxy Z Fold 6 and the Pixel 9 Pro feels slightly superior and sturdier compared to the Magic V3, particularly around the hinge. Speaking of hinges, both Samsung and Pixel can hold any desired position when opened, while the Magic V3 tends to close on its own if it's not opened beyond 45 degrees. As for weight, the Pixel is the heaviest at 257 grams, the Galaxy weighs 239 grams, and Honor is the lightest at just 226 grams. Due to their foldable design, all 3 phones feature an integrated fingerprint sensor on the power button. Now let's move on to the cameras. On the back, all 3 devices feature a triple camera setup. The Galaxy Z Fold 6 has a 50-megapixel wide camera, a 12-megapixel ultra-wide, and a 10-megapixel telephoto lens. The Pixel 9 Pro Fold comes with a 48-megapixel wide lens, a 10.5-megapixel ultra-wide, and a 10.8-megapixel telephoto lens. Lastly, the Magic V3 offers a 50-megapixel wide camera, a 40-megapixel ultra-wide, and a 50-megapixel telephoto lens. As for video capabilities, the Galaxy can shoot up to 8K at 30 FPS, while both the Google and Honor max out at 4K 60 FPS. For the cover cameras, both the Galaxy and Pixel feature 10 megapixel modules, while the Magic V3 steps it up with a 20 megapixel camera. On the inside, the Galaxy has a 4 megapixel under-display camera, the Pixel includes a 10 megapixel camera, and the Magic V3 offers another 20 megapixel camera. But how do these cameras actually compare? Let's find out. And keep in mind that points are awarded on a scale of 1 to 5, with 5 being the best. Starting with the wide camera, Samsung does a better job of balancing the overall scene, with the Pixel being underexposed and the Honor leaning excessively toward green tones. Next up, while slightly saturated, we still choose Samsung's photo as the winner since the other shots fail to represent the scene accurately. You'll notice Samsung's tendency to boost saturation throughout this camera comparison. In this indoor set, the Pixel delivers a more true-to-life photo as both the Galaxy and the Magic V3 come out overexposed. Moving forward, Samsung and the Pixel look great with only minimal differences, while the Honor cranks up the contrast too much. Let's move on to ultra-wide photos, where the Pixel does a better job of portraying my skin tone. Both the Galaxy and the Honor deliver overexposed and washed out images. Here, the Galaxy and the Pixel perform well, balancing highlights and shadows, whereas Honor's photo, though not terrible, introduces a significant amount of noise in darker areas. In this set, the photos are almost identical, with only slight variations in white balance. Choosing the best one here really does come down to personal preference. In this final ultra-wide set, the Galaxy wins by delivering more accurate colors and better skin tone handling. The Pixel's photo, while handling the edge distortion better, is underexposed, while Honor's image overdoes the contrast. These three photos show vastly different renditions of me on a cloudy day. While not perfect, Samsung's photo does a better job with white balance and sharpness. The Pixel's image is overly smooth, and Honor's photo is completely overexposed, particularly on my face. As always, we love to conduct a sneaky blind test and see which photo you guys would vote for if no brand names are visible. Most of you voted for Samsung's photo, and while it was a close call for second and third place, the Pixel's photo did take second, with Honor coming in last. We have to say, we agree with you, though Samsung's subject cropping could still use some improvement. Once again, the Galaxy comes out on top here, delivering a very pleasing photo with accurate edge detection. Pixel and Honor trail behind with less than ideal results. In this fourth set, while still not perfect, the Galaxy produces the best looking photo. The Pixel leans heavily towards green undertones, and Honor overdoes the exposure and saturation, making me appear washed out. In this first video, the Galaxy achieves a better balance in handling darker areas of the footage. Both the Pixel and the Magic V3 are slightly underexposed, with Honor producing very harsh shadows across my face. In this next indoor video featuring me and my cat Ocho, the Galaxy's footage takes the lead in white balance and exposure control. The Pixel performs the worst here, with inconsistent exposure and excessive noise with flickering in darker areas. Switching to ultra-wide video, both the Galaxy and the Pixel perform similarly, though the Pixel introduces noise in darker regions. Honor's colors are off, and it has the narrowest field of view. Indoors, the Galaxy delivers the best rendering of this colorful scene, however, the Pixel earns points for its wider aperture ultra-wide lens. The Honor's video appears washed out and also lacks contrast. In terms of stabilization while walking, Samsung performs the best compared to the other two phones. The Honor shows noticeable shaking with each step, while the Pixel introduces odd artifacts on the ground, making the footage look surreal. With active stabilization enabled while running, the story repeats itself. Though Samsung once again provides better stabilization, it overexposes the image to compensate for the intense movement. Moving to the front cover camera, Samsung produces an overly sharpened image, while the Pixel strikes a better balance with skin tones. Honor's photo suffers from harsh exposure and muted colors. Here, the Pixel nails my skin tone and handles overall exposure pretty well. Honor follows with a desaturated image while Samsung comes in last as its algorithms over-sharpen the picture. Switching to front camera video, the Galaxy delivers the best result, maintaining balanced exposure even as I approach the camera. The Pixel provides good white balance but lacks detail, and Honor initially handles the scene well, but as I move closer, it abruptly overexposes the video, making it less than ideal. So starting with the audio coming from the Samsung Galaxy Fold 6, what do we think? How am I sounding on here? Then we're moving on to the Google Pixel 9 Pro Fold. Is it any better on here? What do we think? And finally, we have the Honor Magic V3. Which one sounds the best? We're going to talk about it in just a moment. So as you can hear, the Pixel excels at suppressing background noise while recording video, keeping my voice pretty clear. The Galaxy and Honor could use improvement in noise reduction, as background sounds like traffic in this case are still noticeable. All three phones perform well at 2 times with clear and balanced images and no significant differences between them. At 5 times, the Galaxy shows its superiority, delivering a sharp image even in small details. At 10 times zoom, the Pixel takes the lead with its super res zoom, preserving details throughout the image. At 30 times zoom, while none of these photos are particularly impressive, the Pixel handles noise the best. Samsung comes out on top here, with its macro shots delivering a very shallow depth of field and rich colors. The Pixel follows with good noise control and detail, while Honor falls behind, producing an overly processed photo. At night, in this first set, the Honor takes the better photo with correct white balance and contrast while still preserving details under the umbrella. In this ultra-wide example, none of the 3 phones did particularly well, all of them having different issues with either lots of noise or off colors. The Pixel delivers more pleasing and natural colors, though subject separation could use some improvement. Both Samsung and the Honor fall behind, with the Galaxy leaning too heavily towards green tones, while Honor overdoes the post-processing, resulting in artificial sharpness. When using the main lens for video in a very dark scene, both the Galaxy and the Honor, though not perfect, handle the situation better. The Pixel struggles with exposure and color saturation. Switching to ultra-wide, Honor takes the lead, delivering a more color-accurate video of the scene illuminated by artificial warm light, making it the best performer in this situation. Alright, let's do a quick summary and see who the winners are. Our scoring system is based on order of importance, therefore in categories such as wide, ultra-wide, portrait, and videos, we have a higher percentage, whereas in less important categories such as zoom, audio, and macro, the percentage is lower. For photos taken with the wide lens, the Galaxy comes out on top, followed closely by the Pixel. In ultra-wide shots, it's a tie between the Galaxy and the Pixel. In portrait mode, Samsung pulls ahead of the other 2 devices. For video, the Galaxy wins once again. When it comes to stabilization, Samsung does a better job overall compared to the other 2 phones. Now switching to the front camera, the Pixel takes the lead. The same goes for audio, with the Pixel winning here as well. In zoom performance, the Pixel leaves the competition far behind. For macro shots, the Galaxy comes out on top. And finally, in low light conditions, Honor demonstrates its superiority. So after counting the points, it's clear that the overall winner for the camera category is indeed the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 6. Way to go, Samsung! Under the hood, both the Galaxy and Honor are powered by the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 chipset, while the Pixel is equipped with Google's Tensor G4 chip. In terms of RAM, the Fold 6 and Magic V3 come with 12GB, while the Pixel offers 16GB. For storage, both Samsung and Honor offer up to 1TB configurations, whereas the Pixel maxes out at 512GB. All 3 devices run Android 14 with their own custom user interfaces: Samsung's One UI, Google's Pixel UI, and Honor's Magic OS. Each brand boasts unique features such as Samsung's DeX for the Galaxy, Google's Magic Eraser for the Pixel, and Honor's face-to-face translation for the Magic V3. All 3 devices are equipped with a vapor chamber to efficiently regulate temperatures. When it comes to software updates, both Samsung and Google offer up to 7 years of OS and security updates, while Honor hasn't explicitly confirmed how long it will support the Magic V3. If you know more about this, please do share with us in the comments. We also ran some benchmarks to further test performance, so let's take a closer look at the results. First, we ran Geekbench 6, where the Galaxy performed the best in a single core, testing with a score of 2,327. In the multi-core test, Samsung once again took the crown with an impressive score of 7,214, leaving the other two devices far behind, despite the Honor sharing the same processor. On 3D Mark, we tested all three devices using the Wildlife Extreme Stress Test. The Galaxy once again achieved the best result with a score of 4,770, followed by the Magic V3 at 4,568, while the Pixel lagged far behind with a score of 2,600. As a reminder, benchmark scores don't always show how a device will actually perform in everyday use. Real-life performance can vary depending on how you're using the device day to day. In the battery department, Samsung comes with a 4,400 mAh battery, Google offers a 4,650 mAh battery, and Honor boasts the largest at 5,150 mAh. While Honor's battery is the biggest, real-life battery performance varies based on how you use your device. Whether you primarily watch videos, take photos, record videos, or play games, your personal usage will significantly impact the actual battery life. In terms of wired charging, Samsung offers 25 watts, Google 21 watts, and Honor an impressive 66 watts when using a compatible charger. Wireless charging capabilities are 15 watts for Samsung, 7.5 watts for Google, and 50 watts for Honor. Additionally, both the Galaxy and the Magic V3 support reverse wireless charging, allowing you to charge other compatible devices wirelessly. Even though it may be evident, we do want to point out that foldables are typically not the strongest contenders when it comes to battery life, mainly due to their form factor and large screens. Lastly, we come to the hardest pill to swallow when it comes to foldables, and that's the price. The Galaxy Z Fold 6 starts at $1,899 for the 256GB version, the Pixel 9 Pro Fold at $1,799, again for the same amount of gigabytes, and finally the Magic V3 retails for €1,699 for the 512GB version. Unfortunately, Honor isn't officially available in the US, but the price roughly translates to $1,857. After reviewing all three devices, we believe that the Galaxy Z Fold 6 stands out as the most versatile of the trio, offering outstanding build quality, a reflection of Samsung's extensive experience with foldables. The software has also evolved, with One UI becoming more streamlined and featuring less bloatware, though some still remains. We're curious to know your preference among these three devices, so please do let us know in the comments below. If you want to know even more about the super slim Honor Magic V3, be sure to check out the video that's coming next. And before you go, be sure to also leave a big thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to our channel, as we are always testing new devices to help you decide what is best for you. Links to all of the devices mentioned in this video can be found in the description below, and until then, take care.